And then she has a new post on TikTok saying, I want to make readers aware of the disturbing, explicit details of abuse within my memoir. That there are many references to many forms of abuse, physical, emotional, SA. This book may trigger some. I would advise caution when reading my book. My hope is to encourage healing and through sharing my experience with others who find themselves in similar circumstances. Society puts many stigmas against victims of abuse, and this book is to show the growth towards a better life. Some things happen to us that we are ashamed for, and the truth is we are not to blame for others who have abused us. We as survivors are not to blame. We didn't ask to be hurt or used. We can acknowledge our past and not live in it. We move forward and as survivors stand together. Many blessings, which is of course very true, that you are a survivor and you have been through a lot of things that you should not have been through. And another thing is that it is very triggering to say that what you have done to your mother and the way that you described it in your book. It was all very triggering when you said that Nick proposed to feed her dead body to the pigs, but then you said, well, I don't think so. We cannot carry the dead weight of a 200-pound woman. That's very disturbing and very explicit. I don't think that that's something that you should have said. And an apology is the right thing to do here. As I may say, I find that very disturbing as a reader, and I don't even think that that is something very appropriate for you to do. And on top of that, making money off of it, completely going against the laws of doing whatever you want, right? Make money off your crime, which you're not supposed to. Well, if you think that this is advocating for something, this is not. This is you being infamous and not a rock star. I am really sorry. I do feel for you, and I don't think that it was right what you have been through. But on the other hand, I don't think that Didi deserved that at all, because don't you think that she is also a daughter of a woman, right? Don't you think that she deserves better? Me as a mother, if I have the thought that my daughter would do something like that to me, that's very disturbing. And she was in the comfort of her own home, and use a disabled man to do so, and then continue on with the lies and deceit up until this day. And the way that you put Nick under the bus is also very disturbing. I don't think he deserves that. He loves you up until this day. I don't know how, but he does. And he does not have a bad word about you. But you do. And you don't admit to a lot of stuff. So, this post right now has about 2,000 likes. Let's see what they have to say. Thank you for being so strong and tell your story. Fiction. Just here for the comments. SA. Well, those who get it, get it. Can't wait to get a copy. Right, so you want your daughter to read about you having sex. My daughter will be 18 when she reads this book. A grown woman, so thank you. Next. Right. That's what she said. Remember, she's on parole, but as she said, she will not always be on parole. And when she will not be on parole, Ruby will return. And let me see. This woman got 111 likes. And the creator has 75 likes. What does that tell you? It tells you that she's infamous and not famous. That means that people are not interested in her as a person, but interested in why the hell did you do what you did? How can you live with yourself? This book is a joke, not a memoir. Are any of them true? Yeah, whatever. Well, it's very interesting to read these comments. Of course, there was the famous book signing into which the store where the book signing was held no longer sold her book, like the next day. If it even did sell the book. It just... Wow, you guys. What have we gotten ourselves into? I just watched the act. That's all I did. And I thought, wow, her story is so sad. I was like, how could this be? She's such a sweet girl and her mother is the evil villain. That's what I thought. And then I stumbled upon some YouTube video. Because all I did was type in Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And then, before you know it, you got all these people talking about the nastiest things. Like, what? Like for her, for example, right? I was like, what the hell? Are you serious? This cannot be real. And then I started doing my own research. She's such a liar. So for all of you interested, this is her business page. And she is now considering herself a businesswoman. Any business inquiries, you can contact her through email. It is a #1 bestseller, so she has definitely upgraded to the point of Nicki Minaj type of thing. Hello, how are you doing? Will there be a season 2? Yes, there will be. And most probably they're already filming, as many people already know. But here you can see that the executive producer discussed the potential season 2 or a continuation of the Lifetime series. So of course they are going to do it because it is, as they say, the lifetime of Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a hot topic. So they need to capitalize on that and create another series to feed the public more of the narrative of her being this sweet little girl. The series proved quite popular and is currently holding #3 spot in Amazon's top 10 purchased movie and series. Well, why is that? It's because she's infamous and not famous. But with all that, we can see that 1978 New York passed legislation known as the Son of Sam Law to prevent criminals from receiving money from selling their stories to publishers and movie producers. She is an obvious criminal and is making money off it, selling her story. I'm not going to go into those videos, but there are a lot of people who say that they were filming outside the book signing. Very interesting. And then she has